Good morning. I looked at my calendar this day and I found that today is Patriots' Day. I thought there's a Memorial Day we sure could have done without. 5 years ago, to the day, we watched horrified as well-organized, well-financed psychopaths committed an act of unprecedented brutality against American civilians going about their daily business. That morning, more Americans were killed than have died in the almost 5 years of hot war in Afghanistan and Iraq combined. But this war had been declared a decade ago or more. It was not the first act of brutal aggression against the American and Western way of life. But in our limited vision, we had allowed our politicians to declare terrorism a matter for the justice system, not at all that much different in principle from cow-tipping and purse snatching. This is at the core of the asymmetrical warfare we're entangled in. It is not cruise missiles against improvised explosive devices. It is feral disregard for life, law, and rules against human rights and the rule of law. Unfortunately, we do not seem to learn from our failures. In recent months, our intelligence gathering capabilities have been crippled by the same emphasis on criminalizing terror. Members of a previous administration have even succeeded on bullying the docudrama of a major broadcasting network into self-censoring passages that could depict the handling of the brewing crisis in a less than flattering way. Watching campaign spots on television is like turning over a rock and have the emerging creepy crawlies smile at you, bragging about how they have stood up to President Bush. I can't help but think how different the world would be if they had done that standing up 6 years ago to a different president. What does this mean to us as investors? With every intelligence gathering tool our politicians eliminate, the threat of a new terrorist attack rises incrementally. But what is worse for us, the perceived risk rises. And in the markets, perceived risk is more powerful than the actual crisis. We see economic factors align in favor of a sustained rally in the US stock indexes this year and maybe next year. But knowing the short memories of our politicians and the electorate, I advise to account for the downside with strategic long-term puts on the major indexes. Let's think farther than our politicians. Our welfare and financial health is our responsibility. Let's be prepared. Have a profitable week. I'm J. Christoph Amberger for the Taipan Financial News Network.
Thank you, Christoph. Join us next week for another exciting edition of Taipan Financial News.